Hello, friends, and welcome back to Restore You. It is Angela, and it's another Wallpaper Wednesday. And this week is the start of our Wallpaper Wednesday swap. And I have a couple of projects that we're going to do. We're actually going to combine this with another project, and I'll explain that in just a second. But before I do, a big shout out to our friends Bonnie, Shirl, and Angela T. So some of the items that you see here are actually from Bonnie. She is participating in the swap. And I have some translucent silky fabric. I have a coin envelope, a tag, a pretty fleur-de-lis, a pocket, and some other little goodies. But what I had intended to do is we've got several projects, so I'm putting those aside. I also have a little tray. I found this tray in my drawer, and it was just empty. So I'm like, well, this is perfect. So I've got some buttons from her and some little pearls, and then some other things that I've just kind of tucked in there from my stash that I thought we would use. So we are first going to start, and I'm just going to show you how to use a large size of wallpaper. And this wasn't from the largest book that I have. I mean, I've got some that are huge. But my intent was, I'll show you how to make a simple cover without having to do anything but cutting and gluing. And then the second project we are going to work on is my friend Tiffany from Bluebird Lane Creations. She has a YouTube channel, and I will include it in the link. Tagged me in something that Tania from Tatty Treasure and Friends, that's her Facebook page. She also has a YouTube channel, which I will link below. So Tiffany tagged me in the Tag Your It little challenge that Tania is doing on her Facebook page. And so I thought, well, if I don't do this now, I'm going to be on vacation, and what airs will be kind of a long way away, and I want to be able to tag people. So I thought we would do that as well. And then I found this cute little embossed tag with little butterflies from Bonnie, and I thought that would be perfect. So those are the two things that we are going to work on today, and then I'm going to continue on. So if it looks like I have the same sweatshirt on in several of our Wallpaper Wednesdays, it's because I do, because I'm going to try to do as many as I can before vacation. So let's look at another swap participant who has joined me. Let me just see. This is from Shirl. Aw. How sweet. Thank you, Shirl. Let's see what you have and how we can maybe incorporate some of these into this journal. So once we create the cover, we'll then use some wallpaper to do some pages, but we might be able to also use some of the things that all of our participants have shared. So, and I haven't looked at this yet, so let's see what we got. Ooh. Okay, so this is paper. Oh my gosh. Okay, I wasn't going to show you what some of our projects were in the future, but I feel like this just says I have to. So I'm going to put this aside for one of our journals. I love, are those cockatiels? I think this one might work too. We'll see. Oh my gosh, and so will this. I'm pretty sure. Okay, wow, that's crazy. Now, these ladies had no idea what I'm doing for these projects. So, I mean, they were coming in. Oh, my goodness. Okay, just let me stop. I've got to show you this. So, our next project, we are going to be creating a traveler's notebook. How crazy is that? This traveler's notebook, I will be taking on vacation with the kiddos. And it's very tropical, beachy, sunny. So these are all going to be perfect. I just had to show you that. Oh my goodness, Shirl. These came all the way from Australia too, which makes me happy. It's almost like meeting a famous person. Like you're a country you always wanted to travel from. You're like, ooh, I've got items from actual things in Australia. Okay, let's see what we've got. We've got some lace, which that I'm going to put over here in our little bin. Ooh, that's pretty. Cheesecloth. You know, I have some cheesecloth somewhere, but I'm not sure where it is. This is cool. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh my goodness, Cheryl. Beautiful stuff. Oh my goodness, look at this. Again, very tropical, and it's full of little goodies. And it even has an Australian stamp in it. Several. Oh my goodness, you just made my day. How fun. I love to use stamps. My kids used to say original. That's really original. Oh, I still say it that way. As I also say, Demi used to always say, Mommy, let's storm brain instead of brainstorming. So I still say that. And I also say, don't be shellfish. That's my kid said that. Oh, that's neat. What is that? A bitumen truck used for resealing the Stanthorpe to Warwick Road in 1947. Very cool. All right, so I want to put this with the, what did I do with my, oh, right here, my tropicalness. That's pretty. That I think will go, I'm going to put that, and this will go in another journal that you haven't yet seen. A cute playing card. Ooh, look at how old that one is. She may have done something cool to that, or maybe just like that. Awesome. So these are going to be the set-aside Cheryl projects for the other ones that you haven't yet seen. So let's see what's here. Oh, I like this. April showers. How perfect. I'm doing well, this is one of my springy journals. That'd be perfect. Here, let's turn it this way. 5 salted peanuts. How cute. That would be cute to use in like a circus journal. Ooh, and some coffee or tea dyed paper. Oh my goodness, look at how perfect is that to go in this journal? Look at that. I'm not so good at the patterned dyeing paper. Cheryl, this is fabulous. Okay, I want to keep this. Well, I think I'm going to keep all of these out in general, because they will go in several of these journals, for sure this one, and for sure one of the other ones, so we'll keep that handy. Okay, ladies, here we go. You know what? The next time, I said I was trying this to see how it went with a small group, but next time I think we need to get some guys involved. I'm gonna have to reach out to some of my guy junk journal friends and see if they'd like to participate. Okay, so my intent is we're just going to cut this. This will be my cover, and this will be the inside. So what do I have on here? 13.5 by 11 5/8 is what this piece of paper is. So here is what I want to do. I want it to be about 9. Here, let me move this aside. I want it to be about 9 by 6. So the reason is that this is just an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. Let's just get Cheryl's out here. Let's get both of Cheryl's out here. We'll use them both in this. Hang on. Now, this might be A4 paper. I guess we're going to find out. I don't know. Do they use A4 paper in Australia, or do they use 8.5 by 11? I can tell you. Now I'm curious. Yep, this is A4 because it's 11.5. That's okay. We're just going to go with it. If I have to trim it down, that's fine. Okay, so I'm just going to crease this right in the middle. So now we already have 3 pieces in our signature, and I'll trim that down just a smidge to match up with the rest of our 8.5 by 11. So A4 papers, if you're from the U.S., are always just a little bit larger than our 8.5 by 11. So they're usually 11.5. Okay, so now we already have 3 pages in our signature. So all we're going to do is cut this down to 9 by 6. Now, luckily for me, well, I think luckily for me, Let me just fold this in half here. And I'm going to take the... This is a little more than 6. Am I okay with that? I think I am. It's like 6 1/4. I'm going to be all right with that. Okay, so I'm just going to turn it this way, and I'm doing 2 at once. All right, let's get this out here. And this portion is really for, I know that all of you probably are wondering why I'm doing, I got to think for a minute. Hang on. Let me make sure. No, I need this longer than that. I need this 9. I'm just thinking, I want it to kind of come to be a little bit longer. I'm just going to go with this. We're cutting it right now. 9 inches. So if you are, and like I said, the reason that I do that is because we're just going to put this aside for scraps, or I have an idea. I'm going to put it over here instead. All right, so now when I fold this in half, this will fit my 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper. Let's just go like this. Make sure I'm okay with it. With the size, it's going to kind of flop over. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Okay, I'm just going to put a little crease in there just for right now. I can move my little... I've been using this for like my glue page because it wipes right off, and for my... So that's another great use for your wallpaper. Which side do I want? I like the pink. Okay. This is it, guys. All you have to do is glue it together. Now, with the wallpaper, what I like to use is my Fabri-Tac. And I have just filled up both of my glues. Why isn't this working? This never fails. It always works until I get on camera. And I'm going really close to the edge because I want it to get a nice seal. And the one thing that I realized with using wallpaper, it's like the best for making journal covers without any other little embellishments or work to it, because it is so, so durable. Okay, so I got that. And the reason that I'm using Fabri-Tac, 2 reasons. This is, you know, a little bit thicker. We are talking about wallpaper. And it also allows me to get it covered and gives me a little more time to get it lined up the way I want it. So I'm going to put my lid back on because I am notorious for not, and then I have problems. Okay. This is going to be our inside cover. Now, to be really straightforward, I love to sew around my journals. So I will probably, before we actually put this all together, I will probably sew around it. Okay? Now you've just created your first cover. I'm going to round the edges. That is how easy this is. Now, if I were making this with cardstock, would I do it differently? Yes. If I was using cardstock, I probably would want it to be a little bit thicker. And with just the 2 pieces of wallpaper, you know, you could, this is so durable, you could even, you know, just put like elastic around and stick your covers in, maybe reinforce it, and then you would be done. That's how nice and durable it is. But if I were doing this with normal cardstock, I would probably back it with some type of, or have something in the middle of it, like maybe a file folder or some kind of cardboard. So here is one I did before. This one's a little tall. I think I might cut it down again, but I just used the size of the paper, and that is the, well, it goes this way. And that is the inside of it. Again, this is only 2 pieces, and look how thick that is. It will depend. This is more pliable because of the wallpaper company that it came from. This is more almost cardboard-like. But don't be afraid to experiment with that. Okay, so we have this. We have a couple signatures. Let's talk about, I'm going to stick this back on here. Let's talk a little bit about what we're going to do on the front. So I had, look at that. This one might go better in that tropical journal. Okay. I was thinking we have this, and then I have this box of goodies. So I'm thinking we need to use some of Shirl's, that somehow. My thought was to use some of these buttons, and you know, you can't get any better than this. Look at how perfect these buttons are. And do you see all those little buttons? I thought we could do something with that. And then, and I've got yellow. Let's just get those all out. I had this lying around. I have this. Someone is in my house. I'm assuming in my kiddo. Okay, why can't I get that out? Hey, buddy. I also have this and this. Now, I'm not always a big fan of using something really big on my cover, but I don't know. Maybe we'll just do it. This one I tried to like give it dimension with some kind of color, and that failed miserably. Okay, so let's just say we're going to use part of this, and I do have this paper too, so maybe we can tear some of that. Hang on, I'm moving a couple of these things over. And maybe we'll use some of this music, because that tan and that brown look pretty good. Okay, let's see what we got. From our 5 salted peanuts. Let's see. I want to save that April showers. I like this color the best. Don't you think? Or maybe I'll use some of this. Okay, let's just do this. There I go, overthinking things. All right. Oh, I got to keep that part. It says it's from New Zealand. Let's just pull this off. Can you see that okay? So I hope you guys are all doing fantastic. Let's see. Today is April. I'm ready for my birthday month. It is March 2nd. And this is, like I said, the first of the swap weeks. Okay, we'll see how that goes. I'm going to keep that aside. I really like how this is. Let's see, let's zhuzh this up. Oh, I got my water jug over here. I have no plan for this, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm just going to distress the edges of this just a little bit. I might actually give it a, can you see that? Yeah. Just a real light over the whole page. Okay, so let's see. How could we, I'm moving here. What's the deal? What if we, I don't know, I think we want this for that other one. I'm not going to do that. Okay, I'm liking that. Let's take a little sprig of this and see what happens. Maybe not that big. You know what? What if we... I don't have my sewing machine down here, so... Oh, that's one thing. We could, you know, kind of smush this up a little bit. Or I could staple it. Okay, I like that. I think we're going to use some of this behind it. Here's where my head is going. So, I kind of like that. And then we could kind of supplement with some flowers, but then my thought was, you're getting a sneak peek. This is a video coming up. I'm not sure when. I'm looking at my... This comes out next week, but I have a video on this. But I have these Scrabble tiles that say spring on them. And I thought that would be cute. What do you think? And then we could take this and just kind of put some little buttons in, make the spring thing, and voila, we have a cover. I'm really going out of my comfort zone here using this huge little flower that I made. I think I have a tutorial on making these too. Yes, I'm positive. It's under one of my traveling crafter videos. Because this is a great project to use the felt and take it on the road. I'm going to hold this for a minute, and I'm going to go ahead. And again, I'm using the Fabri-Tac only because I need the time. But I am also going to put... It's really hard to hold this and to glue. I'm going to, just along that edge... I'm going to put this down. I have found that sometimes, on some occasions, the Fabri-Tac does not always stick to shiny pages. Ooh. And I'm just kind of smushing that down. Okay. All right, now that my fingers are nice and glued, we're going to... I'm putting a very generous amount of this, and I know that looks really messy. And my fingers are all in it. I didn't get this part. Hang on. It's stuck really well to my finger. Okay. Let me wipe my fingers off before I press that down. I'm loving this already. It's not going to be the easiest to open, and... Okay. I'm just going to hold that for just 2 more seconds. I don't think I have a clip. Oh, I know what I can use. I know it's not going to work perfectly, but at least it'll hold it down a little bit, so I don't have to. This is from my friend Tiffany, my pen pal. Tiffany from Bluebird Creations. So excited to get that. Okay, so now we have all these little bits. And initially my thought was, it'd be kind of cute to add some of these just here and there over some of the things that look a little bit like buttons. Ugh, that cheesecloth is... and we've got... So let's just put this down. We need to figure out where we're going to... If we're going to use that spring, we need to figure out where to put all of our buttons first. I do have some other little flowers that might... I kind of like that there. And I feel like maybe we need one more focal point. As long as we're putting stuff on there, we may as well, right? I've got that, kind of tiny. What else do I have? Oh, I have this. And what if we used one of Shirl's little pearls to pop on there? See how that looks. I like it. Okay, now, oh, you know what? I also wanted to add some of this. Is it too late? Well, maybe we can do something with this and the word. Okay, so there's 3 there. I need to cut this little tiny piece of that silky blue fabric off. Okay, I love that. Is this sticking? I'm committing these, guys, because we're at 26 minutes and I still want to show you the tag. Okay. So then at the end of the video, I am going to tag 3 people to participate. I kind of like interspersing these instead of... Got glue on my finger. Oh yeah, because that's different. Okay. I'm liking that. Now, where are we going to put this at? Well, I didn't think that it might not totally fit on there. I kind of like it. If you guys have not yet hopped on over to our subscriber celebration video, now would be a good time to do that. Or not now, but after this video would be a good time to do that. And make sure that you are, you get a chance to participate. And the reason I said that is because in there I created a backdrop and I used these letters to do it. I like that. I do feel like I should probably put something up here, but that's too much. Let's go back in the flower bin. Okay, let's take these off. We have this from Shirl. I think those dots were from Bonnie. Is this the same? Yeah, okay. How does this look? Because the other thing we could do... No, I like this, I think. Move it up just a little bit. I can adjust this once I get all those other goodies on there. Okay, it'll go something like that, but I'm going to get all the buttons glued on first. Okay. I see somewhere another What is that? It's probably another piece of that little blue. I think I'm going to put a daub of each. I love this wallpaper. I could totally see it in a little girl's room, huh? That's got a little edge on it, so. I will tell you, though, that when I was going through these, it was actually finding pink wallpaper with, I mean, I could find some with flowers on it, but I wanted some to match this, and that was kind of a, I feel like, I should have more. You'd think that there'd be more for like little kiddos and stuff, because I'm gonna go with that one. Okay. Let's see. What do I have going on? Well, I have spring break coming up, and so I needed to get all my work done for City View, like all my postings and things like that. And which I did get all done, but then I needed to get caught up on all kinds of other administrative things, and so that is pretty much finished. I'm liking that with a little more. So I'm gonna have to tell you guys about my love of dragonflies one of these days. Okay, let's not put that on until we get our spring on. Okay, let's take these off again. Let's get our lace down. I know you can't probably see that, but I need to put, and I'm only doing the top of that. And I know some of you are probably asking, how in the heck is she going to sew once this is on? Not a problem. Very carefully. Let's see. Let's use one of these. This is if you have some kind of credit card or promotional card or a hotel key. This is a good way to get that on without messing up your phalanges too much. Concentrating. I don't know why I'm so worried about getting this just so. The one thing I do want to be careful of is that I still have room. This might not get sewn. I don't know. I'm okay if it doesn't. Might be easier, except for sewing in my signature, to leave it alone. I'm not pressing these down yet until I get them all on. There we go. Look at that. I used a lot of my goodies from 2 of our participants. So thank you, ladies. And I'm using more here in a minute. There we go. Committing. Oh, our dragonfly. Don't you think we need that there? I think we do. There we go. This one I think I can put down with our glitter glue. So let me see. I'm really excited about this swap because it's actually forcing me to do a couple of things. I want it to kind of sit on there like that. I had all of these signatures, and I don't know why. I like that, you guys. There's our front. I need to cut these off. That's going to drive me crazy. And then I'll decide if I want to sew around it or not. Put that up just a smidge more. Okay, our cover is done. Now we can decorate it in the future. We already have 3 pieces in our signature. Anyway, I had all of these signatures and no covers. So I was like, well, this is a good way for me to get some covers made. All right, Tag Your It. Again, that's from Tania at Taddy Treasures, and we are going to make something interesting, I hope. So let me just show you. When I watched Tiffany made a belly band. Was it a belly band? I think it was a belly band tag. So I made a couple prototypes just to see what I wanted to do for this one. This is using from one of my kits. This is using the kind of faux washi papers. They're just strips. And then some of my Kool-Aid dyed paper, and then some more from that kit. And what I did is in these, I left this open for a little tuck. And then I did the same here. But I left this long side because I thought on these I could either wrap them around a piece of paper like this. So if this was your page, or I could glue it on the side. So then it would, let's see if I can hold that, open up so I could write on it. So that was my intent initially. So I'm sticking with the accordion thought. Here is another one I created. This is from this is from my Blue Bayou kit. And this one's pretty simple. I don't think I made that into anything. I just made it. But now you've got your accordion. It's kind of hidden. You can put that on as a belly band. Oh, I know what I did with this one. I did this one too, so that this whole piece could be tucked onto a page. And now you could make this into a tuck on the back. So you could just glue here and glue here. And now you've got multi-uses. So we're going to set those aside. Actually, I'm going to put them in with my belly bands for later use. I didn't decorate them or anything. But my thought was, when I saw this, what if we use this entire piece of wallpaper and make the accordion into a tag and use wallpaper so we can do the same. So I tested it on a couple pieces of wallpaper. This is one I did where I thought it would be cute to put on the top of the page as a tab. And then, maybe just use a paper clip if you wanted to clip it together. But then someone could write on it if it was hanging down. This is a piece of wallpaper. So that was my initial thought. And then when I saw Bonnie's tag, I was like, oh, let's do that. But I want to show you the 2 samples. What's this one? I don't know. I got all kinds of paper clips. So this one I did similar to those belly bands, and I just made it into a tag that then folds out. And then this you could put on the side like this. You could even leave it up a little bit, and now it is like a tab as well. Does that make sense? So that this was folded up, it would look like sort of like a tab. I didn't do anything with that part. So those were my 2 play with the wallpaper. But then I got this. So we're going to go for it and see what happens. What time are we at? 40 minutes. Ugh. Okay. So we need to cut this. And I'm just going to... Okay. I was thinking. This is 5.5. Well, 5.5. Let's cut that 5.5 part first. So, come over here. I'm going to cut this off just so it's even. And we're, oh, shoot. Okay. We're going to fold it in half because this wallpaper is really long. 5.5. That's the only downside about using wallpaper. That looks not totally straight. Is that when you get those pieces that are too big, you got some problems. I just want to make sure. Okay, I think it's going to be okay. All right, so all we're going to do is, let's see, how do I want to do this? All I'm going to do is simply, I'm going to clip this on for now, and then we're going to fold it. Now, if you want to be really precise and you have the tools, then by all means, get out your bone folder, get out your scoreboard, and do that. But I know that not all of you have those tools, and so I want to show you how you can do this with nothing. Just your fingers, your little flanges. See, this isn't totally even, but I'm going to be okay with that because I just want you guys to see how I did this. Oh, my nails are, oh, my fingers are so gluey. And I'm just kind of eyeballing this and going back and forth, and it's not perfectly even, but like I said, if you don't have these tools, this works fine. If you don't have a scoreboard, not to worry. You can use, if you have a trimmer like the one I was just using, there is a ditch in it or a valley when you cut where the string lies. Oh my gosh, this can't be perfect, can it? No. Okay. But I think this will be cute because what we can do, and I think we'll save decorating it until, well, obviously we'll have to, until the next time. But now look, we glue that on, and now we have just a simple accordion. We can adhere this to the side of our page, but perhaps we will decorate this inside. I personally like the wallpaper with it just like this, because I have no problem writing over it, and kind of reminds me of like fun interior design stuff. So we're going to glue this on, and let's see if it's going to pull out this way. Do I want to make the tag into a pocket? I don't think I'm going to for this one. I think I'm going to just be really simple with it, and then we'll come back and play with this on our next, hopefully, I think the one where we're going to decorate some things and do some, we're going to work with the back pages of our wallpaper is, I think it's the 3rd week of the swap. Okay, now I just need to cut this off. Like I said, this isn't perfect, but that's a win when you can just do it like that. But we just accomplished what our goal was, and that was to use our items from our swap. And now we have a tag that we can write on. We can also tuck this around another page if we wanted, which makes it even more fun. And it's going in the pile too for week 3. Now, I wanted to show you very quickly 45 minutes. If you don't have, I'm just going to cut this down and we're going to roll with it real quick. If you don't have, like say you wanted to use wallpaper, but you don't have any pieces that are long enough, well, you can make it work too. And I'm going to show you very quickly how to do what's called a double hinge. And we're just going to make these all the same size. I feel like I need one more piece of paper. Let's see, do I have one? Yes. No. It's fine. We'll just go with these. Okay. So I have got, where did they go? I have got all of these pieces of wallpaper that I used. I think it's Tim Holtz Ticket Booth stamps, which I love. And I thought, okay, so we're going to go like this. Like this, just for the fun of it. I thought I would show you how you can do, we might have to do a triple hinge because these are a little longer. And all you're going to do is take something. Let's see if we have enough to do it in the pink. And you're going to hinge these together. Those little fuzzies from that are all over. So what I mean is you're going to not have very much, maybe less than 1/8 of an inch. And you're just going to glue on either side of this. And carefully, I should have probably distressed these, but that's okay. Just want you to see this. And I'm just making a hinge for these to go on. And then what I think is the easiest, again, if you don't have a scoreboard or whatever the case is. Should we do green on the other side? Yeah, we have these. Why not? They're already done. Okay. Then you can use the end of your scissors to do this. To score right down the center, which I'll show you in 2 seconds. And then while I'm finishing this up, just a reminder to hop on over and for our, oh gosh, I made that way too long, too far apart. For our Tag Your It participants, Justine from House of Mahalo, I am nominating you to play along, as well as Shirl at Shirl Artwork. And these ladies all have YouTube channels that you can check out. And finally, Mandy at Sunflower Doors. So I will link all of them in there. And I'm hoping that they will play along. They are all members of that, the group, Tanya's Teddy Treasure and Friends. So if you're not a member, hop on over there. We have lots and lots of fun. So with that, I just go down right down the center with my, I just have this embossing tool. And that's how I'm going to fold it. Don't need to be that precise. My lines aren't even that. And now you've just created your triple hinge. And mine are not even because I am hurrying right along, and my papers weren't very even, but you get the idea. Oh gosh, it wasn't dry. Oh, Angela. So you get the idea. This is what it's supposed to be like. I need to just leave it alone and let it dry. That was awesome. Epic fail. Okay, I'll show you this on the next one after it's dry. But that is your alternative if you don't have what you need or a long, long piece of paper and or wallpaper. So I hope you enjoyed this Wallpaper Wednesday. And again, thank you to all of the swap participants. And I will be sharing more of them with you as the weeks come and as things come in, because some things are coming from other countries. And so that means, you know, we have to wait for the mail. So as they come in, we'll be adding more fun things to those as well. And until next time, friends, I hope you find time to just be, and we will see you soon. Cheers.